may know Ben Armstrong by his YouTube name, Bitboy. He's amassed millions of followers online, and he's become one of the leading voices in the crypto universe. I sat down with Ben to hear how he got started in Bitcoin by accident and to find out which cryptos he's going crazy for. Take a look.
What was your intro to cryptocurrency?
So I first got into crypto in 2012. I bought Bitcoin. The long and the short of it is I had to buy a software that required Bitcoin. And unfortunately, I got a little excited. I got a little too excited. So what happened is one night I go look at my account and I had just had a little bit of money left over in my account for the service I had to pay for. I had a little bit left in Bitcoin, and it was worth thousands of dollars. And I was like, what in the world just happened? And people can go back, that was in November of 2013 when the prices started skyrocketing. Bitcoin had gone from $12 to like $250 or $200, whatever it was the day that I sold. And I met a guy at McDonald's over the Wi-Fi from localbitcoins.com, and I sold it. I was like, man, a couple $1,000s, that's great for me. I took my family on a little vacation, we went down to Florida and paid off a couple bills. And I was like, man, this was really, really great. Well, fast forward to 2017. And that money that I had spent over that year and then what I had eventually sold would have been worth like a lot more. And so, so that was kind of like my moment in 2017 of man, I should not have ever sold this. And one of the reasons why I sold it was because I didn't know anything about it. I actually remember trying to learn about Bitcoin at the McDonald's when I was waiting for the guy because he was late, and there just was not a lot of good educational resources. YouTube videos were just kind of like narrated, weren't real people doing the videos. Only a couple of YouTube channels about Bitcoin even existed back in 2012. And so, fast forward to today, that's what I do now is educate people through my YouTube channel, because that is what cost me big, was not having that education early on.
Absolutely. And it just seems like, I don't know, in the last year or so, it's really blown up or, moved into mainstream. You see all the financial networks talking about it now. You see places like Sony have like an NFT department now. So I'm sure you had a lot to do with that, because you have so many subscribers on YouTube. I mean, anyone that I know that's in the space knows who you are. So when you first started doing this, who were you trying to reach, and were you surprised by how many people you do reach now?
Well, at first I was surprised by how many people I didn't reach because I started this channel in January of 2018, and for a long time we got no traction. I was lucky. Like a great video for me at that time would have been if I had 1,000 views over a month on one video. A lot of people, they look at my channel now and they look at my success. We've got our silver play button in the background here. We also got our gold play button in our other studio where we have over 1 million subscribers. And all that stuff is great, but I try to preach to people like it was the times when people weren't watching my videos that I was getting better at what I was doing. And that's when I was actually learning the most about crypto. And it's very easy when people aren't watching to quit, and then you never get the success that we eventually got. I always viewed myself as, I thought we had the potential to be the mainstream channel because, there's a lot of nerds in crypto. People know that. There's a lot of not just nerds, like kind of nerdy stuff. Being nerdy's trendy now. It's cool. It's cool. People play video games and mine crypto. But, that's not everybody. That's not, what the mainstream of people who have money to invest are. And so, I always looked at myself as a little outside of the bubble there because I'm like a normal American guy. I love sports. I love my family. I coach my kids' baseball teams. Like I'm just a regular everyday person. And because of that, I thought I had a good advantage to be able to reach people that the people that are a little too in love with talking over people's heads can't reach. Because people like to impress people with their knowledge of crypto and their understanding. And sometimes they go too far into the tech. Most people don't care, most people don't care about the tech behind the internet that makes it work, but everybody uses the internet. So I was surprised after 2 years of nobody really watching my channel that over the last year and a half, things really exploded for us. It's been a pleasant surprise. And, obviously the price of Bitcoin going up played a big role in that. And the better adoption of crypto has played a role in that too. And I think we kind of go hand in hand. I mean, we're pushing the message out there and people are listening to it.
But you quit your job. I mean, this is what you do full time. So when did that happen? And you were like, this is it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I told my wife yesterday, we were talking about, I said, when you married me, you weren't playing on black or red on roulette, you were betting on one number. because I've always been a big dreamer and always a long shot to do something big. And when I started this channel, I had big dreams of what this could turn into because of my passionate belief in crypto and blockchain technology being the future. I believe 100% that it's the future. So we rolled the dice. In August of 2018, I left my previous job. I was the executive director of a rehab facility, a nonprofit for teenage boys with drug addiction. So I help people get off drugs for a long time. It's something I went through in my past, about 15 years ago. So giving back and helping people was something I wanted to do. But my passion shifted to helping people in finance and helping people to understand and learn about crypto. So I left my job in August 2018, officially full-time crypto. In November of 2018, we sold our house. We moved to a rental, and then the money that we made from that is what we lived on for the next couple of years while we really got the channel going and got our crypto funds in order and things like that. So it was definitely a roll of the dice, and it's worked out beautifully. And I think the message here is, number one, hard work is what will get you where you want to go. You've got to work hard. You got to put everything into it. And then, number two, you got to find something you're extremely passionate about, because when you find something you're very, very passionate about, you really can't fail, and that's the way I feel about things. Hard work and passion will get you a long ways.
Absolutely agree. Well, you've done it. Let's get into it a little bit. I mean, you said it yourself. Bitcoin, cryptocurrency is the future. I believe it myself, but tell us why, because there are still so many people that are nervous, especially with the dip in the market for the last couple of months. I know I encourage so many people to invest, and then all of a sudden it's like flatlined.
Yeah.
So what do you tell those people?
Yeah. So you've never lost anything unless you sell. So, a big misnomer is that the markets crash and everybody loses all this money. Well, the people who get in trouble are people who, let's say, they take loans to buy crypto out. And then what happens is the prices drop and they've got to pay the interest back, and the amount that they have in crypto isn't even worth as much as the loan that they got was. Those people get in trouble. The people that actually sell get in trouble. Until you sell, it's just an unrealized loss. And, it's the same thing on the way up. You have unrealized profits. You see Bitcoin going way up, you're making a lot of money, but you don't take profits along the way. And that's a lesson we teach people as well, is as it's going up, you have to sell some to make the profits. Long term, you need to have an amount that in crypto, we call it hodling. It comes from a typo in a Bitcoin forum, Bitcoin talk forum many years ago, where somebody said they were just going to hodl their crypto. It was a typo. And now we just use the word hodl to mean you're going to keep it forever. You're going to keep it for a long, long, long time. You don't plan on selling it. You're not looking for a short-term gain. Those people always win consistently. If you are in the crypto market for 4 years and you consistently invest, you will win, and you will win big. We've never seen any assets in the history of Earth appreciate as much as we've seen Bitcoin appreciate since its inception, followed by Ethereum, followed by XRP, followed by Cardano. These are all coins that over the long term, they win, and they will continue to win. And what happens is people get freaked out and they sell because it drops. Go back to 2017, December, I think it was December 12th or December 17th, somewhere around that range, when the CME future or the CBOE Bitcoin futures came out. It was the top of the Bitcoin market. Bitcoin was at $20,000. I convinced my grandpa at the day of the peak to put $3,000 into Bitcoin, and he did it. And he was mad at me for about 2 years. But you know what happened? I stayed on him. I said, no, you got to keep buying. You got to keep buying. You got to keep buying. He became a millionaire this year.
Wow.
Yeah. So when you look back at that time, people were saying the same stuff. They were scared. They were nervous. And there were people telling people to buy, and it probably wasn't the best time to buy still. But if you keep it for 4 years, you are going to win. Crypto has shown that consistently throughout history. And Bitcoin does have detractors, and Bitcoin has a lot of people, there are a lot of people in the markets that are scared of Bitcoin. People are always scared of change. Imagine the change, okay? When people talk about the change to crypto and digital currency, think about, let's go back. Do you think that's a greater change? Or do you think it was a bigger change when the first bank was like, you know what? Let me take that gold, and instead of that gold, I'm going to give you pieces of paper to use to go give people. People will be like, what? Like, no, I want my gold. I don't want a paper that represents it. So really the beginning of paper currency was a much more dramatic shift than what we're seeing right now. We can all kind of read the tea leaves and know everything is going digital. So there are, the banking infrastructure is trying to, and the countries and the finance ministers, they're all trying to create their own versions of crypto that's more centralized, where they can control it. So whether it ends up being a centralized or decentralized crypto in the future that wins out, I hope it's decentralized. There's no doubt crypto is the future.
Coming up on Beyond the Blockchain.
Crypto I'm really excited about right now. I would say, like, here's a really good one.
Hear Bitboy Crypto's top crypto picks and why.
Okay, so let's get into some of the coins that you in particular are really, really bullish on. Cardano, I know, is one of your huge picks. Why?
Yeah, well, Charles Hoskinson, who created Cardano, was one of the creators of Ethereum, which is another coin that I do love. It's my second biggest holding. Cardano is my third. But so he created Ethereum, but the problem with Ethereum is he co-founded it along with some other people, Gavin Wood, people may know, Joseph or Anthony Diorio, and then Gavin Wood, who created Polkadot. Some of these people, did I say Vitalik Buterin? I can't remember if I said that. Vitalik Buterin is the main guy. Maybe I said Gavin Wood twice. I can't remember what order I said it, but also Vitalik Buterin.
We got him. We got him all covered.
So these people create Ethereum together. Now, the problem with Ethereum, it's a decentralized smart contract platform. The problem with it is the gas fees, they go up really high. The gas fee is the amount it costs to send a transaction. So we've got all of these people trying to build this decentralized internet, and it's costing them a lot of money per transaction, which you might think to yourself, if I make a trade or I send money to somebody, paying a small fee is not a big deal. Well, sometimes they get exorbitant. Now, there's a lot of problems with Ethereum because they launched it too fast. Vitalik Buterin, the main co-founder, he knew many, many years ago that they were gonna have to eventually upgrade the network, okay? Right. So they put it all out, there's problems with it, and now they're trying to go back and solve it. I say all that to get back to Cardano, because Cardano has done it the opposite way. Charles Hoskinson saw the problems with Ethereum and he left and he said, I want to build something better. So what he did is he built Cardano in a way that as soon as it is fully launched, it will not have any of the problems that Ethereum is having. And there's kind of a space race between Ethereum to fix their problems and then for Cardano to put out their mainnet and put out their decentralization and their governance and their fully their full platform and ecosystem to put it out before Ethereum fixes all their problems. So it's good for crypto because both of these projects are kind of pushing the status quo and furthering things. But Cardano was built backwards. I really love Charles Hoskinson. I think he's a genius. I think that he's got not just a genius, I really look for people in crypto that really care about the industry as a whole. And that can't be said about all the CEOs, about all the venture capital money, about all the big money, some of the news publications that are in crypto, CoinDesk, Cointelegraph, which I call Cointelli. Some of these, they don't always have investors' best interests at heart. And I believe that Charles is a person that does. So from a people standpoint, like I really love the co-founder, I love what he does, or the founder of Cardano. And then also what they're doing as a platform to solve all the problems that Ethereum has as a headache right now. I think it's a win-win. And whether or not it eventually passes Ethereum or becomes the #1 smart contract platform, I don't think that's what's important. I think what's important is it will get a large market share of that space.
Okay, what about XRP and the Flare network?
Yeah, so XRP is very interesting. It's a coin that, I've had mixed feelings on for a long time because in 2017, XRP was actually my biggest holding, and it was the coin that made me the most money in 2017 before I wrote it all the way back down and lost it all. People have to learn that bear market lesson too. But I did very well with XRP, and which people may also know it as Ripple or Ripple Labs.
Right.
They have a big lawsuit going on right now between them and the SEC, where the SEC is saying they had like an illegal token sale when they issued the XRP token, and then they're saying, no, that's not true. A lot of us now believe the XRP is going to win that lawsuit. When you look at a lot of the other coins, they've all hit, not all, but most of them have hit new all-time highs this year. Cardano, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, Uniswap, like all of these coins have hit new all-time highs. But because XRP had this lawsuit going on, their price has been suppressed. Most people now believe they're going to win that case or get a slap on the wrist at worst. And that's going to have reverberating effects for crypto down the road, which is a different story, which is going to be good, I think, for the entire space. But for XRP specifically, all of a sudden when that lawsuit is gone, that price suppression is going to go away. And I think it's going to absolutely explode. Flare Network is kind of an extension, and it is going to be able to bring DeFi to XRP. And that's going to be really big because DeFi is really the decentralized finance is what that stands for. Basically, anything you can do at a bank, you can do now peer-to-peer decentralized on an app. You don't even need a bank, or that's where it's moving towards, whether it's lending and borrowing, or whether it's just regular banking, or whether it's sending, cross-border transactions, whatever the case may be. DeFi is going to solve that. So being able to bring DeFi onto the XRP network is going to be really big, and Flare Network allows that. Flare Network is very similar to a lot of projects in DeFi for Ethereum, and that's very bullish. I've also been told, people kind of joke with me sometimes. It's kind of a meme. Like, I've got a lot of sources. I've got a lot of sources across crypto. I've got a lot of insiders, high-level insiders in crypto, also in the banking industry. They give me a lot of information, and the stuff I'm hearing about XRP is that banks are going to be using it to, settle cross-border transactions in the future. It's already kind of been planned, and there's going to be something really interesting to see if that actually happens. But even sometimes, just on the rumor of that happening, the price can go. So once that lawsuit is gone, we do believe that, the banker coin, as some people may call it, XRP, is going to do very well.
So there's just so many exciting coins out there. Tell me about a crypto that you're really excited about.
Crypto I'm really excited about right now. I would say, here's a really good one. Theta. Theta is a project that we absolutely love here. We're actually doing some work with some NFTs, some non-fungible tokens, virtual collectibles with Theta right now. But what Theta really is it is a solution to streaming problems. So we go on YouTube, we go live on YouTube twice a day. We do our morning stream every day at 11:30 a.m. or sometimes 11:32 a.m. They give me a hard time. They call me Latte Boy.
They do.
They do. They call me that all the time. But we do our best to try to get out there on time, but it's just, we're a lot of moving parts. But the point is, when I'm watching myself on the TV that's in front of me, the quality is crystal clear. Like, it's amazing. But that's our back end. When it actually gets onto YouTube and processes, the slight delay that exists there, about a minute or two, the quality is not as good. It's hard for us sometimes to go on and clip and get clips from our videos, because at different times, the processing power from the live stream just isn't there 100%. The world is moving to live streaming. People want that interaction. I find, actually, when I'm watching a movie on Netflix, sometimes I find myself thinking to myself, I wish that there was a place I could go make a comment about this right now. Like, I wish someone's watching this with me.
I want to talk about this.
Exactly. People want to talk to the people that they watch. Gaming, the gaming industry is bigger than all major sports leagues in America combined. It's nuts when you think about it. Gaming and streaming, hand in hand, working together. Kids, that's what they want to do. They don't want to edit videos. They want to live stream. Better interaction. Live streaming is taking over. That's why we moved this year to live streams. We see it happening. Twitch is huge. We see what's going on. Theta allows people that are streaming on YouTube or Twitch, or this is the ultimate goal to where YouTube and Twitch are going to be using this, using Theta, to where it pulls computer processing power from nodes on their network from around the world to be able to boost up those streams and make them higher quality. We have a supply and demand process with streaming right now. We've got a huge supply of it. We've got a huge demand of it. And then the actual supply of processing power we're short on. So being able to use unused computers, computer power from around the world to be able to push those streams, like, that's a no-brainer. I believe Theta definitely will be a top 10 project, sometime within the next 1 to 2 years. It almost got there recently, but I mean, gaming, NFTs, DeFi, live streaming capabilities, these are all things that factor in to Theta. It's kind of got everything. So that's definitely a project that's in the top 20 that we think, or I don't know where it is today, top 20 or top 30. We do think it could be a top 10 project in the future.
Coming up, an interesting story of a mattress someone purchased using Bitcoin back in 2016.
And that mattress today is worth almost...
I know that you did not go to the Bitcoin convention. I actually went, and I was shocked because, and again, I'm very new to the space, but when I was at the Bitcoin convention, I'm walking around and I'm thinking, where's all the crypto? There's no other crypto coins here. And I was told, like, no, this is a Bitcoin maximalist event. We're not even to breathe or whisper the names of other coins here because it's all about Bitcoin. I did not realize how tribalistic it was. But then I saw an interview you did where you weren't invited to speak because you talk about other crypto?
Yeah.
Is that true?
So we did go to the conference. I was at the conference.
Okay.
But they basically, what happened is we reached out to them and we were like, hey, like, this is the first big crypto conference. We had in between the last Bitcoin conference I went to in 2019, the last, official Bitcoin conference. Between then and when we reached out to them earlier this year, we became the biggest channel in crypto. And so I thought to myself, makes perfect sense to have me there, to speak. And we got shut down with a quick no. They're like, oh, no, you definitely can't talk here. Like, you talk about altcoins too much. And, the Bitcoin maximalists, in my opinion, my view, are very, very toxic for crypto in general. They have such stern views on people that buy crypto. There was recently Max Kaiser, who's a Bitcoin maximalist. He has a show on Russian TV, the Kaiser Report. He's a very kind of, very out there kind of guy. And he was actually laughing at people that lost money with altcoins this year. He says, I love it when people lose money with altcoins and they get wrecked. And that's where we start becoming the very people we're trying to fight against. When you're talking about a free economy and decentralization and power back to the people, and then people are making choices based on variety and you're judging them for those choices, well, that sounds exactly like what the banking system has been doing that created Bitcoin and that caused Bitcoin to become created in the first place. So I believe in a free, decentralized world to where everybody has their ability to make their own decisions on what they want to buy. It doesn't necessarily have to be Bitcoin only. And we got to face facts here. The Bitcoin maximalists still live by this dead narrative that Bitcoin is going to become a currency. And they've been recently energized because of what's going on in El Salvador, where they just adopted Bitcoin as legal tender. Paraguay is talking about doing the same thing. There are other countries also that are kind of mentioning this, this kind of idea. Well, I believe that the people in El Salvador are going to realize that, they're going to pay a certain amount for, let's say, food. Let's say they go down to their local stand and buy a taco, and they pay $2 for that taco. Well, they're going to look back in 5 to 10 years and say, oh, that $2 I spent on that taco, that'd be worth $50 today. And they're gonna start doing that math on all that they spent when they should have been holding on to it. An interesting story I've got real quick is I know a guy who bought a mattress back in 2016 with Bitcoin before the price started going up. And that mattress today is worth almost $1 million. He paid, absolutely. The amount that he spent on that mattress is worth almost $1 million today that he gave over to Overstock.com, who was accepting it at the time. So people are going to realize, Bank of America put out a report that said the exact same thing. Bitcoin's number one value is that it appreciates in value. And why would you want to spend something that appreciates in value? So Bitcoin is digital gold. I think that argument has kind of been laid to rest, and Bitcoin maximalists are people that just at all costs want to hold on to that because they feel like they have found the chosen money and they don't want people to have choice.
Right. No good.
But we love Bitcoin. But don't get me wrong. I love Bitcoin. I got Bitcoin all behind me, but the toxic maximalism is something that we definitely don't like or respect.
Tell everybody, I know you have, your channel on YouTube, but you have now multiple shows and multiple platforms. Where can people find you and all the different things that you do?
Well, the easiest way to find me is just search Bitboy Crypto on whatever platform, and I should pop up. I would warn people, we do have a lot of impersonators out there, so make sure that you're following the correct account. We don't ever ask people for money or to invest with us or anything like that. It's a huge scam people do on Twitter and Telegram and things like that. But you can find me on TikTok at Bitboy Crypto. We got 2.7 million followers there. Then on YouTube, we've got over 1 million there as well. Then you just look Bitboy Crypto up. Amazing.
Well, congratulations to you. Thank you so much for giving us a little taste of it here today. Ben Armstrong, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.